And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning to the Allen Report this evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you're tuning in from all over the globe. It's your boy, the Allen Report, out here in Boston, Massachusetts at the Boston Commons. Fun historical fact, the Boston Commons is actually the oldest city park in the United States of America. So definitely a lot of historical value here at this particular location. That's why throughout the years many activists and movements and everything like that, they come to the Boston Commons to have their voices be heard or what have you. And so this is just a place of historical value. So oldest city, oldest park in the United States of America is the Boston Commons here in Boston, Massachusetts. And so there's a lot of there's a protest today. I'm not sure if the thumbnail said it didn't load properly, but they already have police in full riot gear ready to go, which is an indication that things may get out of hand. So there's a ton of police presence here. We're gonna go see what's going on. There's supposed to be two different types of organizations, I guess you could say here. I guess you could say one's from the left, one's from the right. But we're gonna do some walking around. We'll show you what's going on, and let's see if we can. As you can see over here, they have the whole area blocked off. Major police presence. We just took that. They have a bunch of police officers over there in full riot gear, ready to go. So again, that's an indication things might get out of hand. So we're gonna go take a walk around and see what's going on. So, like I said before, there's two protests here today or something. One of them is Rise Against Tyranny, and the other one is, forget the exact name off the top. But let's see, I'm kind of late to the party here. It's impossible to find parking in Boston, for all of you who live in the city to understand exactly what I'm saying. So.
Some of the organizers are there were at the January 6th Capitol. Yeah. That's the crowd. On one side.
So not too many people as I thought. There was a lot of commotion going on earlier. Again, I'm a little late to the party here. It's really tough to find parking in Boston. Yeah, well, hey, I should have took the train. You're right. I should have definitely did that. But I just found out about this protest late last night, so it's kind of all on the fly. But yeah, if you're always gonna go to events like this, you always want to take the train. So that's very important.
They're like punching the air.
Now, usually things are pretty peaceful during the day. I mean, I've been around the block before to know what the dealio is. So they do have a very large police presence standing by, which is, I've never seen them standing by ready like this before. Normally they have to be called in. So for them to be standing over there like that is pretty concerning. Let's see here. So yeah, I believe there's two organizations here. I'm not entirely sure. There is a if I can remember correctly, stand against something. The name escapes me off the top, but they have that organization here. I'm sure you could look it up on Facebook. There were supposed to be around 300 people attending this protest here. There's another protest happening. I'm not sure if it's happening in the same location or what, but there's supposed to be two, I guess, groups here or something. So we're gonna take a walk around and see what we can find, who we can find. But this seems to be like one of the areas, at least for one of the protesters, or one of the organizations anyway. So I believe Fake Mike Real News is here as well. He's somewhere around these parts. I'm not sure where he is entirely. Yeah. Shout outs to Auditing America. So this is one of the locations where the organization is. So let's just take a look. Now I heard a lot of commotion happening earlier. How are you?
Hello, I'm fighting for better education.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sharing spread the
Thank
word.
you. So there you go. So yeah, it looks like this is So let me take a walk around here, guys. I know I'm just kind of rolling into this as well with you guys, so not really know what to expect. But this seems to be where the bulk of the protest is taking place, here at the Boston Commons. There is police on standby just a few yards away, ready to rock and roll, which is pretty bizarre. Normally they get called in later in the night. So we're going to be here for quite some time, and we're going to document things as they unfold, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'm not sure if you guys want to go along for the walk, but I'm trying to see if there's other areas where people are congregating. This is one of them here. So as you can see, about a good handful of people. So let's try and find yeah, guys, so this is kind of not what I was expecting, but it's quite bizarre because there's like not as big as of a crowd here as I would expect, but there's absolutely no parking, more than usual. There's no parking, so there's definitely a big presence. There's a huge police presence here. I'm not sure if we missed any confrontation or what have you. The event today started around 11:30 in the morning, and I got here a little late because I have to drive like an hour, plus parking was a major issue. It'd probably take me like an hour to find parking, so, which I'm not a fan of parking. But large police presence. There's definitely a good handful of people here, and like I said, there's supposed to be two different ideology organizations here. I'm not sure if one of them got kicked out. I'm not sure exactly what happened. So we're going to walk around, see what's going on, also try to find more information, and yeah, go from there. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Yeah, so let's go do this. Not sure if I'll end the live stream and then go back when I have a better idea of where the action's at or what's going on entirely, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody So let's see what we got here. So up here is where the major of the protest is, from what I can see right now. I'm not sure if there's other places or whatever. I've been out of this for a while, guys. I feel so brand new being out here. Let's go ask the police officers if they know if there's any other commotion going around or what the word on. Actually, I think I see a large group of people down there. Not entirely sure. We're gonna go check that out and see what's going on here.
Were they not allowing people in here? Or?
Yeah, there was crowds on the perimeter, but then it got a little too fights started breaking out.
Did anyone get hurt?
No, thankfully, almost. Somebody crashed the barrier. Yeah, that's.
So they have porta potties in there. Were they not allowing people in this area?
This was just for the police officers and the people who were registered speakers.
I see. Okay. So it was just for people.
Yeah, you had to.
Hey man, I have a couple of questions. Sorry to interrupt. You were saying the organization that was speaking here is no longer here. They left entirely. Oh, okay. And is that the only like protest happening on top of the hill that you know of, or?
Yeah, I'm not sure even what's going on up there. Yeah, as far as we know, everybody kind of went their separate ways. So.
Okay. All right. All right. You too.
And who knows if it was a protest? It could have been a rally or.
Yeah. I think it was a Rise Against Tyranny rally or protest or something like that. And then they had a counter protest. I think that's up on the hill there. Anyway, guys, so the officer said, it looks like we might have missed everything. The officer said that this area that you see behind me was where the Rise Against Tyranny protest was taking place today. And I guess things got out of hand with the counter protesters, and the counter protesters are still here. I'm here now, so I'm gonna just take the day and document everything that unfolds here. There is a large police presence, and there is still protesters here in the park, so I'm not sure if things will get out of hand later or what have you, but it looks like we may have missed all the action. You know, the officer said nobody got hurt today, but this area is completely blocked off now. This area was only for the speakers and for the police officers, apparently. The cop did not want to talk to me any further than what the questions I had. I was going to get his name and badge number too, but he wanted to skedaddle on out of there, so I don't blame him. But all right, guys, so that's what's happening today in Boston, Massachusetts, here at the Boston Commons. There was two different organizations here. Looks like they might have bumped heads in the beginning around 11:30, 12 noon. I just rolled up on here around 1:30, so it looks like we may have just missed everything. Although I'm going to stick around for the day and see if anything else unfolds here. Like I said, I'm not sure if the thumbnail loaded or not, but there is a major police presence here, which is pretty. Hold on, the police is saying something. Looks like the lieutenant is saying they're packing up now and they're heading back to the station. So as you can see, they came prepared. They have their batons and their shielding and what have you. From what I heard briefly just now, it sounds like they're going back to the police department, police station. They're grabbing their gear. They're heading out. Not sure if the riot police are still standing by over there. Doesn't look like they are. But regardless, we're out here. We're gonna see what's going on. Like I said, guys, we might have missed all the action that took place this morning. But I did my best to get out here. So it looks like the original protest, the people who were here, they all just left. Or maybe they're just hanging around a different area of the park. I'm gonna go find that out now. Yeah, I think looks like everyone's kind of packing up and leaving. So the counter protesters are still here. So I'm gonna try and stick around. I know Fake Mike Real News is here in the area, so I'm gonna try to find him as well and see what the game plan is. But let's read some of your comments really quickly. So Mr. Clark, yeah, they're protesting. There was two different protests here today. There was a Rise Against Tyranny protest, and then there was a different organization with that was counter protesting that. And so, what the information the officer gave me, it looks like things might have gotten out of hand in the beginning of the protest, and then there were some scuffles that broke out and stuff like that. So we're gonna witness the police. They're packing up and they're heading back to the department right now. It's unclear if things are going to escalate further tonight and make it so the police have to come back. I'm not entirely sure. So it'll be interesting to see what happens and how it unfolds, definitely.
Anti-mask, anti-vaccine plus counter-protest.
So it sounds like everything's all over. So it looks like we made it just in time for it to be wrapped up. However, we're gonna stick around and see if anything unfolds tonight. That's usually how it goes with these things. So, during the day it's usually quite peaceful. Although with the officers' explanations, they've been saying that earlier this morning when the protest broke off, that it got a little out of hand. So looks like the original people, the Rise Against Tyranny protests against masks and I think vaccinations or something like that. Don't quote me on it. But looks like they were here. They got into a little bit of a scuffle, and by the sounds of it, it sounds like they took off somewhere. I do see other people walking around with flags and stuff, so I'm gonna go take a look around and see what's going on. But the police are now leaving the area, which is indication that things are starting to settle down. But that doesn't mean we're out of the woods just yet. So we're going to stick around, see what unfolds here, and just go from there, guys. So yeah, I appreciate you all tuning in. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, just put them in the comment section and I'll get to you respectfully. So yeah.
I see people.
Sehr respektvoll.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap this live stream up, and I'm gonna try to do some networking and meet up with Fake Mike Real News or anything, something like that, and figure out if it's still worth being here, and or more than likely, I'm already here. I paid for parking, so I'm probably gonna just stick it out until the end. So stay tuned. Hit the notification bell, because if things do pop off tonight, you want to be able to see what is happening and unfolding in your city, or if you don't live in Boston, Massachusetts, perhaps you want to see what's going around the country. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah, there's pretty much any political organization you can think of was here. At this point, it's more of a left movement. They have a lot of counter protesters to the rise against tyranny people that were here this morning. So we'll see how this plays out. It looks like we just got the very end of it. And so I probably would have been here a little earlier if there was enough parking around, but there's absolutely no parking in the city. So, all right, guys, appreciate you all. I'm gonna wrap this live stream up. I'm gonna go back live a little later and go from there. So just a recap, the police are now heading back to the station, and the counter-protesters that are counter-protesting the original protest that took place this morning are still here. And so, two things will happen. Either, the crowd up here will gain more overnight, and then things could escalate, which I hope does not happen. And then the second thing is that people will just slowly fade away and go their separate ways. So we'll see what happens, guys. The only thing we can do is wait. So I'm gonna try to record statically, maybe conduct some interviews. I'm not sure if this is a news chopper coming in here, but there's a lot of these different signs that are telling me that things are gonna definitely escalate. So I can't tell if that's a news chopper or not. Looks like it could be, but there's still a large presence of people here in the Boston Common. So I'm gonna walk around, try to do some networking, conduct some interviews, and go from there. So if anything starts to pop off, I'm gonna go live for that. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna record statically and document that in the process. So appreciate you all tuning in. One love. It's your boy, the Allen Report, out here in Boston, Massachusetts, at the Boston Commons, the oldest city park in the United States of America. So yeah, all right. Ciao, guys. Stay tuned for more.